Welcome back. We're talking with some organizations that help to brighten the lives of people in need, not just this holiday season, but year-round. Joining me now from Haven House Services in Raleigh are Patricia Cardosa, Chief Operating Officer, and Grant Woody, multi-systemic therapist. And to both of you, welcome to the show. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I got to find out what a multi-systemic therapist is. We'll do that in a minute, though.
Sure.
But tell me a little bit about yourselves, if you don't mind, and Haven House Services.
Haven House Services is a wonderful nonprofit in the Wake County area. We've been around since 1973. And we are there for all young people in Wake County. Any kind of issues that they may have in the growing up years, we like to think that we're there for them. And if we are not able to help them ourselves, we have plenty of partners that we can pull in. But yeah, we work with all youth in whatever way they need us to be there for them.
And Grant, how about you?
Yes, sir. So I have been with Haven House for about 4 years. Started with the diversion program and have since switched over to multi-systemic therapy. And I love our agency. I think that the work we do is deeply meaningful and impactful and far-reaching. It takes an effort with all of us, but again, with the community partnerships that we have and individual donors, there's a lot of power and beauty that comes with representing our community in this way, and we're grateful to be a part.
Well, you guys, Haven House Services is catering to the youth.
Yes.
Young people. So what are you seeing? What are the needs and challenges that you're addressing?
Sure. So for us, youth means kids. We serve kids as young as 6 all the way through 24. And when we work with young people, we also work with their families. And I think the needs may vary according to, which age group we're working with. But I think one thing that we see that is common for all is things are incredibly, incredibly difficult at home right now. We are seeing mental health issues just increasing, not just with our young people, but with their caregivers and siblings. Lots of needs around basic stuff, inability to make ends meet, running out of food in the middle of the month, concerns about utilities being shut off. I mean, what are you seeing, Grant?
We're seeing a lot of that echoed, and we use a lot of the donations from the community to provide basic needs, tangible things that we can support our families with. We have an essentials pantry that is used so frequently, I cannot even begin to tell you. And we have all been there in certain circumstances, potentially where we have needed something, and a lot of us have the resources to get those. But if we find ourselves working with a family that might need that support, we're able to operate quickly and get those things to families as they need. And that includes food, things like cleaning supplies, things like cooking supplies and utensils. But there's always ways that we can give more. And so we do ask for that partnership with our community.
Well, I'm glad you guys are out there. Well, you're working with the young people. I remember being a kid. It was a long time ago, but I remember that. And having a mom and a dad or, a parent in that environment, as a child, you don't want them to have to worry about paying the rent or keeping the lights on or and hunger, right? So how are the kids dealing with it, and how do you address that? Mentioned mental illness, but just the emotional needs.
It's tough. I think one of the things that we hear across the board, we have 11 distinct programs, but one thing that we hear across all of our programs is it's taking our staff longer to get to working with young people for the reasons that they came to us for. And we're spending sometimes weeks and months addressing all of that other stuff that's really taking up space for young people, like concerns that they're about to be evicted, concerns that they're going to need to perhaps not do extracurriculars after school because they need to get a job to bring in some extra income to support the family, or stay home and care for younger siblings so that the parent can pick up an extra shift somewhere. So all those things are hugely heavy for our young people, and it kind of digging through that and helping sort out what's theirs and what's for the parents is something that we work a lot with.
Walk me through the process then for those who are watching. They may be in that situation. Sometimes pride gets in the way of asking for help. Sometimes just not knowing how to do it or where to go. So if they have kids that are experiencing these kinds of issues you're mentioning, how do they get part of the organization? How do they get into the program to get the help?
So they can actually approach our website. A lot of what we do is through referrals, but everything that we operate is voluntary, and we really respect the autonomy and the choice of the families. But we make our systems very approachable, easy. You would talk directly with an intake coordinator, clinician, to give a visual picture, really, of what you're experiencing. And from that point, you can be directed very specifically to what we feel would be a great fit for your family.
Well, it's the holidays.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so even more anxiety if you
Yes.
happen to be in that situation. So for those who may not need the help but would like to help, Patricia, what's going on?
It's a great question, especially this time of the year. Our families are super vulnerable 365 days out of the year, but they seem to be even more vulnerable during the holiday season. We are launching our holiday program currently. We have lots of ways that the community can support. One of them is through adopting a family. We last year served 154 kids, and that means that we had donors out in the community who adopted entire families and made sure that they had something special on during the holidays, including basic needs. So there's we make sure that they get the stuff that they need, like toiletries, but along with that, they have a wish list and donors can pick and choose from there and make sure that all of our kids have something a little bit more special than they would normally have.
Well, that's very cool. I wish we had more time. I guess we just urge everybody who needs help or wants to help to go to the website. That's the
Yes,
easiest.
sir.
There's a great list of needs that's updated almost every single week. So if you have a question about what we need most, please visit our website.
To both of you, thank you for what you do. And thank you for taking a little time for us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.
Okay, when we come back, our multimedia journalist, Tricia Williamson, sits down with 1 in 6 Snacks and pays them a visit. Find out how they're giving back to the community right after this break.